Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss another topic of theory of machine, and that is braking system. So first of all, what is a brake? So a brake is a mechanical member by means of which an artificial frictional resistance is applied to a moving member in order to retard or stop the motion of a machine in a minimum possible distance. So how will this work? What is, first of all, we'll discuss what is this artificial frictional resistance. So suppose you take a body which is moving, okay, and this moving body is moving in this direction. Now another body, let us take another body, and which will come into contact with this moving body when we apply some pressure or when we apply some force. This is body 2, this is body 1. Body 1 is moving, and body 2, you are applying some pressure on body 2 and make it into contact with the body 1. When these two bodies come into contact, this interface will feel a resistance which will be caused by the friction. And we know that what friction does. Friction opposes the motion. In this way, the motion of this body 1 will be opposed by the body 2, so the body will retard or stop its motion, right? So if you have understood what is the meaning of artificial frictional resistance, then it is very good. Next important thing is that the motion should be stopped in a minimum possible distance. That is also very important. Now if we move further, see what is written over here. Brakes generally absorbs kinetic energy. See, the moving member will be moving with some velocity. It means it will have some energy, and that form of energy will be kinetic energy. You have heard about that. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, where m is the mass of that body which is moving, and v is the velocity of that moving body. So this will be kinetic energy, and when you apply the brake, this kinetic energy will be transformed into some other form of energy, and that form of energy will be heat energy. So when the two bodies, like I have discussed here, when the two bodies, body 1 which was moving, body 2 which came into contact with the body 1 while applying pressure, when the two bodies came into contact, the kinetic energy of body 1 has been transformed into heat energy. Now this heat energy will go where? In these two parts, right? In these two parts. Now this heat energy which came into these two parts must be dissipated to the surrounding, to the atmosphere. Why? Because if they retain this heat, there will be some problem. So what problems may be those? Those problems may be the problem of mechanical strength. The two bodies which are in contact, when heat is being retained by these two bodies, after some time the temperature will be so high. Continuously if you apply brake, they will absorb heat, and that heat, if they couldn't dissipate, after some time the temperature will rise, and that we know that due to rise in temperature the ductility increases, so the mechanical strength may be reduced of these two bodies. That may be a problem. Other problem is that if mechanical strength is reduced, braking capacity will be reduced. So there may be different types of problems if we don't manage this heat. So we have to manage this heat. So next we come to the capacity of a braking system. So the capacity of a braking system depends upon the following factors. Factor number 1 is written over here. See, the unit pressure between the braking surfaces. See, when two bodies are in contact, this body is moving. What is the pressure between these two? What is the unit pressure between these two bodies? Suppose if you drive vehicle, or if you have, generally everyone will have drive a bicycle. See, when you have to retard motion, you just apply brakes normally, lightly. It means you are applying the pressure very low pressure. And if you have to just stop the motion suddenly, what you do, you just apply full brakes. It means you are applying higher pressure. So the unit pressure between the braking surfaces is the main cause of brake capacity. Second thing is coefficient of friction between the braking surfaces. So brake capacity will depend on that also. Why? How? See, the two materials which are in contact will have some properties. The coefficient of friction between these two will have some value. When you apply brake, their mechanical strength may reduce or may not reduce. So if the coefficient of friction is high, it means brake capacity will be better. Next thing is the peripheral velocity. Point number 3, the peripheral velocity of the brake drum. You just don't focus on that brake drum. I will discuss that later, what is brake drum. See, you just think brake drum like a braking system, brake part. So the peripheral velocity of the braking system. So what, as I have discussed, the kinetic energy will have two factors, mass m and velocity v. So the peripheral velocity which it is telling here, it means that velocity v of the moving member. The brake capacity depends on that also. The projected area, what area is in contact with the two members, between what area is in contact between the two members, that also affects the capacity of the brake. Next is the ability of a brake to dissipate heat equivalent to the energy being absorbed. I have discussed that heat dissipation is very important. If proper heat dissipation doesn't take place, it means the strength may vary, braking system may fail. So these are the factors on which braking capacity depends. So we move to our next topic, which is the properties of the brake lining materials. So brake lining materials means the two surfaces which comes into contact, what should be their properties. It means that, so first and important property is that it should have high coefficient of friction with minimum fading. So the word fading means as the temperature rises, the coefficient of friction must not be changed, right? Or must not be changed, or it may change, but the value must be very less. It means, totally it means that there should not be any effect of temperature on the coefficient of friction. That means minimum fading. Next, point number 2 is it should have low wear rate. Obviously, if wear rate if wear rate is high, it means you have to change many times the contacting materials. Next, it should have high heat resistance. Heat must be dissipated. Heat resistance should be high. Heat dissipation capacity should be high. Adequate mechanical strength should be there, cause temperature definitely increases while it absorbs heat. Not be affected by moisture and oil also, cause if oil and moisture affects the coefficient of friction, then definitely your braking system will be affected. So these are the properties of the brake lining materials. How this new type of video I have made through a software. Tell me what is the tell me, is it effective type of software? Am I good in this, or that thing was better previously, uh, like the way I was teaching? So how is the video, how is the content? Please do like, comment, subscribe and share the channel. Thank you very much.